other dead as turmoil seethes in the cradle of brotherly love. New High Commissioner Cunningham investigates. Tommies patrol the streets and quiet descends. Is it the calm before another storm?
The King David Hotel in Jerusalem, site of the largest and most audacious attack on the British Mandate forces. The building was used by the British as their administrative and military headquarters. On July the 22nd, 1946, a huge explosion demolished the entire southwest side of the hotel. 91 people were killed. The attack was carried out by Irgun, the Jewish paramilitary group. The King David Hotel was not to be their last target. On March the 1st, 1947, Irgun blew up the British Officers' Club at Goldsmith House in Jerusalem.
Jewish terrorist gang to intimidate authority.
16 persons die and 13 others are injured as extremists blow up the Officers' Club in an unremitting campaign of violence. Universal's cameraman, on the scene minutes after the explosion, records the stunned and shaken victims as they are carried from the wreckage. Few of the 50 officer inmates of the club escaped injury as extremists, under cover of rifle fire, hurled explosive-laden suitcases through the windows and doors of the building. Several of the injured died later of their wounds. The club is a shambles, a reprisal for the deportation of Jews from Haifa.
In July 1947, Irgun kidnapped 2 British sergeants, Clifford Martin and Mervyn Pace. They were abducted as retaliation for the arrest and scheduled execution of 3 Irgun members. The British authorities carried out the executions of the 3 Jewish militants. The following day, the 2 British soldiers were found hanging in a field near Netanya.
Pictures follow the hanging of 2 British sergeants by extremists. Palestine becomes an armed camp.
Sad hanging of the 2 British Army sergeants probably accelerated the speedy exodus from Palestine of the British Mandate.
The graves of the British soldiers can still be found in a British military cemetery in Ramleh, south of Tel Aviv. Following the so-called Sergeant's Affair, British forces in Palestine went on a heightened state of alert. The leader of Irgun was Menachem Begin. The group's symbol contained the map of a Jewish state that encompassed the whole of Palestine as well as Transjordan.
25 high-ranking officials of the Irgunsweil Leumi and Stern gang were arrested.
British authorities arrested Begin after distributing his photo with the slogan, "Wanted for murder." "30 years later, Begin became the Prime Minister of Israel.
You
signed by President Sadat and Prime Minister Begin, and it will be...
In 1978, Begin was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize along with Egypt's President Anwar al-Sadat. During the last 8 years of the British Mandate in Palestine, British documents recorded over 500 attacks by underground Jewish groups. These included parcel bombs sent to British officials. On January the 12th, 1947, another Jewish group, the Stern Gang, parked a truck loaded with explosives outside a British police station.
From Haifa come pictures showing the result of the recent outrage that shattered the brief lull in terrorist activity. The incident was caused by a man, believed by some to be one of the Stern Gang this time, driving a stolen van full of explosives to police headquarters where it blew up. 2 British and 2 Arab policemen were killed and others are reported missing. More than 60 police, soldiers and civilians were injured. Many of the casualties were caused by flying glass, and a great deal of damage was done, not only at police headquarters, but also in the neighborhood. Windows were broken as far as a mile away.
Former British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, who had been a prominent and enthusiastic supporter of Zionism, condemned the attack. With attacks on British troops escalating, the British felt increasingly beleaguered in Palestine.
في كان مجموعة من الأسباب، منها أنه ضمن قوات الأمن أو الشرطة البريطانية بفلسطين كان أعداد كبيرة من اليهود، وهؤلاء اليهود كانوا يعرفون الخطط ويحاولون إجهاضها. الشيء الثاني كان نفوذ الحركة الصهيونية في الخارج قوي جدا على الحكومة البريطانية، ويؤثرون عليها كي تؤثر على ضباطها وعلى الانتداب البريطاني في فلسطين.
In February 1947, Britain announced the decision to end its mandate in Palestine. Its spokesman said his country would turn over the difficult situation to the United Nations.
British public opinion will permit no more expenditure of life and treasure. It will acquiesce no longer in the use of British forces and the squandering of British lives to impose a policy in Palestine which one or other of the parties is determined to resist. It has brought down on our heads the execration of the Jews and the bitter resentment of the Arabs. It has made us the butt of malicious criticism throughout the world. We have played our part.
Britain was now washing its hands of Palestine, setting in motion events that would lead towards the momentous year of 1948.